my friends. My name is Dr. Michael Harris. It's been a while since I've posted any content, any messages, and so I thought it was time to do that. There's a lot going on in our world, isn't there? We're at a momentous time. There's an election coming up. We need to be true citizens and real patriots and take a stand and go and vote. Decide who the best candidate is locally and as well as nationally, and cast our vote. Take a stand, make a difference, be a patriot. We have concerns about losing our country, the fiber of our country, the character. And we need to not look away or forfeit this opportunity. It's really important that we do that. I hope you'll do that. Study out the issues and make the best decision that you can based on everything that you can know. Recently, as part of my faith community, there was some good messages shared, some sermons. One of the central messages was that of learning and practicing tolerance, forbearance, even offering people a little grace, becoming peacemakers. This is something I need to work on. It is so easy to become opinionated and to criticize and put others down and think that our position is superior. And certainly we need to not compromise on what we believe are moral issues, but we also need to respect others, and we need to find a spirit in America for peacemaking. It's something that I want to work on. I wrote a book called The Fruits of Virtue, and I hope you'll join me, and whether you're with your neighbors, whether it's through social media, how you post and how you make comments, that we will realize that we're all the family of man. We're all brothers and sisters. We need to show respect if we're going to get our country back. Do you have a plan for self-improvement? There's good things on social media and through technology, but there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of exploitation. There's a lot of sensationalism. There's just things that are kind of a waste of our time, and it's easy to be sucked in. There's a spirit of attacking and criticizing and belittling and negativity, and we'll make a difference when we're not part of that, when we don't contribute to that spirit that has taken over America. If we want to heal as neighbors, even as families in some cases, and as communities, and then the state and the nation, we have to be part of building each other up and seeing the best in one another. So because there is these conditions that are difficult to not be influenced by, what do you do to strengthen your character? Do you have an intentional plan or strategy that builds you up? You can't get stronger unless you have this intentional plan to get better. Tony Robbins talked about the system or the model called CANI, C-A-N-I, constant and never-ending improvement. There's a lot of truth in that. It's something like working out, it's nutrition. You've got to do something every day to maintain your well-being and your mental and physical and spiritual and emotional health. And as we get older, we start to realize daily effort is needed for good health. Then Jeff Bezos, he had an interview a few years ago. He had 12 power questions. Here are 6 of those 12 questions. How are you going to use your gifts? Are you going to use them for good, to build up our world and to build up one another? What choices will you make with your time? Life does not last forever. What do I want to do to make a real difference? Will you follow your passions? Do you have a passion? I hope you do. What are your convictions? Will you follow those? Will you have the strength to be convicted? Stand up for what you know is right and true. Will you be relentless? Will you keep doing it and not give up? Will you be a builder? Will you build other people up? Will you be patient and steady with whatever you're doing? Just keep moving forward. He had the Latin term gradatim ferociter, step by step courageously, for something important in our life that we not give up and that we do it with courage. And of course, these things apply to wherever you place your goals and your focus on, your relationships, family, your work, other employees in the organization, your neighborhood, your community. I hope these are things that are on your mind. I hope that you have a plan someplace where you set aside time for studying, exposing your mind to bring the best out in you and help you to become your best self. I wrote this book, The Fruits of Virtue, a couple of years ago. It's based on 12 virtues that if you address these, you will actually become a very powerful person in a humble way, but one who can influence others to do good and to be good. Two important things to keep in mind. Let me share these 12 virtues with you. I have them in 4 clusters. First cluster is virtues or character traits of belief, hope, faith. Third one is wisdom or knowledge, and that has to do with continual learning. Those are virtues regarding our mind or our belief system. Very powerful ones. The second cluster is that of sacrifice. I'm talking about sacrificing the ego, the part of us where we want to become big and powerful and strong and maybe even controlling. And those are humility, being responsible, and being patient. The next cluster is that of morality. I have integrity, self-mastery, and courage. That has to do with our character, right? What we become. And the last cluster is that of the heart or the love virtues. Forgiveness, gratitude, and compassion. Don't we need to forgive people in our life who offend us, who hurt our feelings? We can do that in our mind if we choose to, and sometimes we can do it with them face to face. Dismissing those feelings, letting them go, realizing we're all human, we're all prone to error. Gratitude. We see the world differently when we're grateful, don't we? We see the world with abundance and not with scarcity. And we feel whole. We feel happy. We feel like God's got our back or others have our back. We're really going to be okay. And the last one is vitally important. Compassion. Compassion for yourself, loving yourself. That includes forgiving yourself. And every day, go out of your way to be kind or compassionate by volunteering in different agencies, food banks. There's a humanitarian center in the city in which I live. If you've got the energy and the time, look in your community. I think there's one site called justserve.org. Things in your community where you can go and give time and energy and make a difference. Hope you'll consider these things. We all can be better. We all make mistakes. We all have setbacks. We all slide back. But when we have a plan for improvement, the sliding back will be minimized. Whatever we put our mind to, through affirmations, through a vision board, through however you set goals, will often come to pass. Our minds, in a very powerful way, grasp these ideas and bring them about. Unconscious ideas come about if you continually feed your mind with those ideas. What an interesting time to be in the world, 2024. We're coming into the mid-fall and an election, a lot of dissatisfaction. The border, the economy, inflation, wars raging in the hearts of men. We can make a difference. Things that you do, the goals that you set, this will change you, your family, your neighborhood, and even larger groups of people. There's a saying in the Talmud, the Jewish scripture, that if you change one life, you change the world. And I would say if you change you, you will change the world. The world needs men and women to stand up and be counted. I hope that you will do that. We all can make a difference. Thank you for listening to me. May we become peacemakers, be a light to others. All the best. Bye-bye.